If you're wondering where the luxury developments are and where the high-end buyers are concentrating in Chattanooga, then this video is for you. In this video, we're going to cover the areas where high-value real estate activity is taking place in the greater Chattanooga area right now, and I'll explain why buyers are choosing each of these areas. So without further ado, let's jump into the first area. We'll start with Riverview in North Chattanooga. So if you've done any sort of research on Chattanooga, you've probably heard about the North Shore neighborhood. Riverview is a small subsection of North Shore. And this area continues to demand some of the highest prices in the entire region, and that's because of three things. One, location, so you've got great access to downtown. Two, scarcity, and three, it's long-term stability. So let's unpack this a little bit. Inventory in this area is very limited because geographically speaking, it's a limited area. There's almost no new construction in this area. In fact, the closest thing you're probably going to find to new construction is high-end home remodels. Over the past several months, I've toured pretty much all of the high-end home remodels that have come up in this area, and these are not your standard flips. The builders that are doing these remodels are putting a lot of attention to detail into these and really creating a high-end product that feels luxury. There's also strong demand for this area because of its proximity to downtown and how close it is to the river. In fact, many of the homes in this area look out over the Tennessee River, which can be breathtaking. Another thing that Riverview has going for it is the Chattanooga Golf and Country Club is right there. This is a very prestigious golf course in the Chattanooga area. So this definitely plays a role in preserving the value of the homes with golf course views. Now, because of how limited inventory is in this area, even when the general market softens, the prices of homes in Riverview tend to stay elevated. I would say that most buyers choosing to look in this area or move to this area value walkability, proximity to downtown, homes with some character or historic value, and they're typically looking at long-term value over price per square foot. Now, the second area we'll talk about is Lookout Mountain. Lookout Mountain is quite iconic in the Chattanooga cityscape. It's pretty much an ever-present figure from wherever you are in the city. You can typically see Lookout Mountain. Lookout Mountain almost operates like its own residential ecosystem. Inventory, again, is quite limited and there's not a lot of turnover. The setting itself, just being up on kind of a plateau up there, creates a limit to supply in and of itself. There's not room to just keep expanding, especially on the Tennessee side. Buyers that purchase or focus on Lookout Mountain are typically looking for a sense of place, for privacy, and for that elevation, potentially for that view of the city. Because there's very little buildable land left, price is often driven by scarcity more than new construction cycles. So this is why Lookout Mountain consistently performs as one of the strongest long-term residential neighborhoods in the Chattanooga area. Quick pause. If you don't need help finding a home, then skip this part of the video. But if you do, then I provide viewers of this channel with a free 30-minute relocation consultation. In the call, we map out your priorities and find the best fit areas for you. I've helped several families and individuals relocate to the area, and we've got the reviews to back it up. So if you want help finding the perfect home in the area, book a call through the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to get started today. It takes less than a minute to set this up, and it could save you hours in the long run. Okay, let's get back to the video. The third area we're going to talk about is up and coming. It's the community surrounding the McLemore Golf Resort. Technically, this community is up on Lookout Mountain, but it's quite a ways south and on the Georgia side of Lookout Mountain. I would say that this area is all about destination style living, and it really caters towards golf enthusiasts. In fact, the golf courses at McLemore are nationally recognized. They are pristine, they're beautiful, and the courses themselves have incredible views from the top of Lookout Mountain. Now, buyers that are looking to move to the McLemore golf communities are typically looking for a turnkey experience. They want to move in, not have to worry about anything, and kind of have a lock and leave situation going for them. McLemore doesn't really compete with traditional golf communities. It's creating a category of its own. And what's very interesting about this is that demand for the housing in McLemore is being driven not just from buyers in the Chattanooga area or the greater Chattanooga area. It is actually catering to buyers from even Atlanta or Birmingham. And there are a number of residents that purchase in the community that live much further out of state. Okay, the next community we're going to talk about is Signal Mountain. Now, Signal Mountain is one of the most consistent high demand areas in the greater Chattanooga region. region. It offers elevation and views similar to those that you get on Lookout Mountain, but there is more land up there. There are larger lots. There are more new construction options, and there is great public infrastructure on top of the mountain itself. One of the strong critiques I often hear for Lookout Mountain is that there is no grocery store and there aren't many amenities for daily life up on top of Lookout Mountain itself. On Signal Mountain, that's not the case. You have a grocery store, there are several restaurants, there are even coffee shops, and there's a hardware store up there. So you really can live and exist on top of the mountain without having to make the commute down to downtown Chattanooga. Buyers often choose Signal Mountain for the livability of the area. You've got modern homes, there's more space up there, there's more privacy, and you have a relatively easy commute to downtown Chattanooga. As demand for mountaintop communities and mountaintop living continues, Signal Mountain benefits from being long established, but also having room to grow. The next developments I want to talk about are Jasper Highlands and River Gorge Ranch. Both of these areas represent a newer frontier of luxury development and luxury living around Chattanooga. In general, these communities focus on larger home sites, gated access, and expansive views. If you're looking for a bluff view and to build a custom home, these are great options. Now, buyers that choose these communities are typically prioritizing customization, land, and privacy while still keeping their commute to downtown Chattanooga reasonable. These communities are both still kind of in the works. Jasper Highlands is a little bit further along. River Gorge Ranch is still quite under construction, but it has come a long ways. Both of these communities are really benefiting from a lot of private investment into roads, utilities, and all kinds of infrastructure that really support luxury living in beautiful, beautiful locations. Next, we'll touch on Ooltewah. So Ooltewah has quietly become one of the hottest markets for new luxury residential construction in the greater Chattanooga region. Between golf communities, mountaintop communities, newer subdivision, and the construction around Cambridge Square, buyers are getting modern construction paired with amenities, restaurants, and expanding retail options. If you compare Ooltewah to other areas that are more land constrained, you're going to find demand in Ooltewah continues to increase because there is space for that expansion. A couple communities that are really appealing to luxury buyers in the area. First of all, you've got Heavenly View, which I believe has one of the most expensive listings in the area, coming in at $17 million. You have communities like Hamptons on the Lake, which is on the Ooltewah Golf Club. There are also a number of lakefront home sites in Ooltewah. And then of course, there is the community right behind Cambridge Square, where prices go from the high 800,000s all the way up to around $2 million. Next, let's talk about Black Creek. So Black Creek likes to market itself as being a really prestigious, high-end master plan community just outside Chattanooga. There's a golf course there. You've got some other amenities like trails and recreation space for families. What I will say about Black Creek is there is a wide range of house pricing available. So you could buy perhaps as low as in the $400,000 range all the way up to the multi-million dollar range in the community. I would say that buyers that choose Black Creek in general value ease of maintenance, amenities being built right into the community, and just predictability overall. Next, I want to talk about the Council Fire community. So the Council Fire Golf Club is known as being one of the better golf courses in the area. It caters to golf enthusiasts and people that really enjoy the game. Now, the community surrounding the golf course has a wide range of housing options and housing values. There are a lot of brick custom homes in the neighborhood. The golf course is situated right on the Tennessee and Georgia border, so you can purchase a home that is on the Georgia side or the Tennessee side. This is a quieter area overall. It's a quieter market, but values do tend to be quite stable and have been appreciating nicely over the past several years. What's nice about this area is the convenience. You have convenient access to I-75. You also have convenient access to all the retail in East Brainerd. This is the main retail hub for the Chattanooga area. So stores like Best Buy, Target, Whole Foods, these are all centered here, as well as the Hamilton Place Mall. So if you want a luxury community near all of that with quick access to I-75, this could be an area worth considering. One final honorable mention, this is not really a neighborhood, but this is anything located on the lake or on the river, riverfront or lakefront properties, that is. In pretty much every major suburb of Chattanooga, there are several luxury waterfront properties, and there are a number of lower end waterfront properties that are being revitalized, where people are crashing them and rebuilding luxury homes. Having lakefront access or lake views can be a huge way to protect the value of your home. It's one of those things that can dramatically increase the value of your property. So I don't have a specific community that I'd like to shout out for lakefront living or riverfront living, but pretty much any of the lakefront properties that you find in Chattanooga are going to attract luxury buyers. One of the biggest shifts that's happening in the Chattanooga market right now is that luxury development and luxury demand is not concentrated to a single neighborhood. As Chattanooga continues to become a more popular destination for people relocating from all over the United States, there will continue to be a mix of high-end, high-value communities in the area where luxury buyers are looking. So if you're thinking about making a move to Chattanooga and you want to understand how these areas compare for your specific goals, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help break it down. If you made it this far in the video, YouTube thinks you might like some of these videos here. I make a ton of content on what it's like to live in the Chattanooga area at large. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.